Swan Lake is one of the most important ballet for me because I was 18 years old when I learned it for first time, and I learned it with Ivan Nagy, and he teach me every single detail. He used to take me by the hand and run in the studio to teach me how a prince should run. That I think is very important. We don't get these things now because everything is so fast. So I love Swan Lake, and I was just 18, and after my first show I got promoted to principal. So obviously I have it in my heart. I love Swan Lake. The first production I did, it was Ivan Nagy. And then I did Derek Dean in English National Ballet, and the version of Albert Hall, that is around. And I did Nureyev in Vienna Staatsoper as a guest artist. And now here, Peter Wright in BRB. With Swan Lake is very special because technically it's very hard. And it has to be a very clean technique and very classical technique that I think is one of the hardest to achieve. Like, it's not tricks or things like that, it's pure ballet, but you need the emotion 100%. You cannot just do it like doing class. It's totally emotional. That's why actually you get so tired when you get to the end of the ballet, because it's all the emotions that you go through. I think for Siegfried, even more, because he started there having so many confusions, doesn't know what to do, and then met Odette, and it's just so many things like in real life that you can put into the ballet that make it interesting until now. I love doing the first act solo. It's very hard, actually, very, very hard, because technically it's all about the control. But I think in that solo, you tell all the story. You tell all what the prince is going through. It's just at that moment that it kind of set the ballet. So I think it's very, very important, like, to show the quality of the steps, but your feelings inside. It's not something about the faces that you are making, it's all what is happening inside you. So I love these kind of solos. I think they're very interesting. Of course, Black Swan is more flashy and technique, and sometimes these ones are easier than to do the slow solos. The ballets are not easier. Of course, you learned how to do it, so I think through the years you get experience, and maybe it's easier to do it, but no, it's never easier. And to make it look like it's so easy, fly, and you don't want her to fly, so these details make it very, very difficult. If you're just gonna do it like lifting weights, it's different. But to be a good partner is to dance and to make it look like she's effortless. So that is very difficult. For me, when I see the white act, for me it's something that attracts me, but I don't really know what it is, because I think the prince is looking for something, but he doesn't even know what he wants. And this is so different to his normal life that he get like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I want to know what she is, who she is, etc. So I think he get like so excited to see this new, I don't know how to say, I don't know if it's a human being or an animal, where he doesn't know, he doesn't have it clear. But then when he sees the black, it's more seductive, it's more human in a way. She comes like a woman with the power and it seduces you. So he doesn't understand, because for him, he's seeing Odette anyway. It's just another character. Well, I went to the ballet school in Chile. I was 11 years old. At that time in Chile, it wasn't much information about what ballet was. My father wanted me to be a footballer, things like that. And me, I got to the opera house because I was singing in the school, and they took the group of the choir to a competition in the opera house. So they took us to see a ballet, and I was like, wow, like It's so beautiful. It looks like everyone is flying, and it was so magic. And I remember just coming back home and trying to copy. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing, but trying to copy steps. And I said, this is what I want to do. I want to learn this. But not really knowing even what it was ballet, because in my family was no connection at all with ballet. So I talked to my parents, and they were like, oh no, you want to do every week something different. You want to paint, you want to play piano, you want to every week. So next week you want to do something else. But I said, no, I really want to do this. So my older sister took me to an audition without telling my parents, and they took me. And because in South America, at that time, you didn't have many boys, they offered me to be in the school without paying anything. So my parents couldn't say no. It was no reason to say no. So I said, okay, try. And I never stopped. It was like that. It was very fast, because then Ben Stevenson, he was in Houston Ballet at that time as a director. He used to come to the school and work with the students and all that. And he saw me, and he offered me a scholarship to go to Houston. So after that, it went really, really fast, really, really fast. And at 16, I was in the Corps de Ballet in Chile. The competition in New York, it was the best one I've done. I thought it was so fair, because each one of us, coming from everywhere in the world, it has to get there and learn the repertoire there. You don't prepare anything. I remember, I think we prepared one contemporary solo, but all the other three pieces that we have to show to the audience, you learn it all together, the same hours working, so it's the same for every single dancer. So it's so fair. So from the beginning, even the dancers say, oh no, you're gonna get through because you're really good, or things like that. So you make like a group of friends, and I love that, because I used to hate competitions. Like when you have some country there, the other here, I don't know, it's not like art for me. But this one was really nice. And it was hard work, obviously, but it was so interesting, because we had the opportunity to work with people from Bournonville, José Limón, from ABT for La Bayadère. And it opens doors as well, because some people got contracts, or meet someone that can help you. No, it was so good, an amazing experience for me. I came to Europe because at that time I used to watch videos of ballet, and I always was so attracted to the kind of dancing with Royal Ballet, Anthony Dowell. Anthony Dowell was like the dancers that I wanted to be. That for me was like really elegant, it's beautiful lines, and yeah, that for me was more attractive than the big crazy stuff. So that was like, oh, that's so beautiful, it's what I want to learn. So I always thought that in Europe I will learn that more than in America for the style of dancing. That's what I thought at that time. And yes, so when I won the competition, they gave me some money, so I said, okay, now I go to see what happened, and I just went to Paris. I lived in Paris for a year, and it was difficult, because obviously I was in the company in Chile for 7 years, and you have your salary every month, and it's easier, you have that. But when I came to France, I have this money, but I have to pay for classes, I have to pay for my food, I have to pay for a place. So the money started going away, and you say, oh my gosh, I need to find a job. It was very, very hard. And I started dancing in Prague, in the theater in Prague as a guest, and I danced in Slovenia, Swan Lake as well, actually. And yeah, it was like that. And then I went to take classes to a studio harmonic in France, with Wayne Byers, I think he was the ballet master. It was so good, I love it. I love his classes. And a lot of people from Paris Opera come to take classes there, or contemporary dancers. So they saw me, and my name started going around little by little. So then I met a lot of people. I went to Paris Opera to take some classes, and it was amazing. And then I just came, I wanted a job, not like guest, like twice a year. That's not enough. So I sent my CV to different places, and I came to London to Royal Ballet, and I did class and everything, but the director at the time, that was Monica Mason, didn't came, so no one saw me, and said, oh, I'm really sorry, she was stuck on the tube or whatever. I said, oh my gosh, I don't have another day to stay, what can I do? So I just called English National Ballet, and I said, look, I'm here, you want to see me? I need a job. And they saw me and they gave me a job. So I stayed in London. It was just like that. And then I danced in English National Ballet like almost 5 years. And then I just felt that I wanted a change, something different. And I got here in Birmingham Royal Ballet, and I've been for so many years now. Like 12, I don't know, it's been so fast, but I met lovely people. I did a lot of reps that I wanted different, that I didn't do before. Yeah, so I'm very happy. I mean, I didn't plan anything of what happened, but it happens like that. Before the shows, I like to have my time. So when I have matinees, sometimes it stresses me a little bit because it's shorter, the time between class and the show. But now, normally, I like to have something warm. A coffee or a tea when I'm putting my makeup on. It has to be something warm. I don't know why, I just love it. And I kind of like to be quiet on my dressing room, like have my own time, like no music, no nothing, just quiet, and I go through things. But it's nothing specific. And I go to stage normally before everyone, and I don't even do the steps, but I like to walk on the stage and kind of feel it and go through the acting parts and just feel the space a little bit. That made me feel better than when I have to get there and do the steps. I have 2 little dogs, 2 chihuahuas, Merlin and Abu. No, they are amazing. I love animals, so and that's a good thing. Being in Birmingham, I can have my house with my dogs and go on tour anyway. I have friends that they take care of them, but yeah, I love them so much. I have my friends. It's a normal life, like that. I think that's why I wanted to move from London, because in London was very much working all day and then traveling home like for an hour, because you couldn't live where English National Ballet work at that time. It's so expensive, so it was like all the time in the tube or bus and then just studio. So here I could have both, like really nice work and a nice life for me, because I like to have my time as well. And it's good for me, for my health, I think. Birmingham, I think, is getting so big. It's a big city, and it's a lot of things happening. Like, from when I came the first time, it changed so much. Like, everything is getting bigger. Everything is coming here. You can see concerts, you can see movies, you can see festivals. It's a lot of dance. You have weeks of dance that they do in the streets. No, it's a lot happening. It's a nice place, actually, to live. You sometimes hear bad things about, oh, Birmingham, no, don't go there. But it's not actually that bad. I have beautiful countryside as well, outside the city, and a lot of nightlife. It's a great city. I go back to Chile when I can. Normally it's in the summer here, and it's winter there. but it's nice. I mean, I miss to see my families. But when I go back home, it's like I never left. It's really strange. Like, even my friends from ballet school, that they don't dance anymore, that they do very different things, it's like we see each other every day, and it's really nice. And one of the ballet that I always wanted to do was Onegin, but it's not in the rep in this company. I think no one can do all the things, but if you ask me, I would say Onegin. And yeah, I don't know, and in the future maybe work with professionals. Like, I love coaching, soloists and principals. I've done it here for people when they did on cue. I was injured, so I was helping all the principals, and I really, really enjoyed it. You feel so tired after. I didn't know that, but when you give, you try to give so much, and it's nice when you see that they achieve what they want as well, and they find they could do things that they didn't know. I love it. It's very, yeah. So that could be next step.